Okay, next stage, we're going to start getting our pan hot. Have that pan on really on the lowest possible heat since I started basically prepping my vegetables and most of my bones. So what I've done is I've turned it up now, come over. I'm going to put a little bit of oil in there, vegetable oil, rapeseed oil, anything cheap, you don't need extra virgin olive oil especially. So that'll just be ruined if the heat goes up too high. Okay, what we'll start doing is we'll start caramelising our vegetables. So we've got onions. Yeah. We've got carrots. Garlic's in there also now. Okay. We'll leave that for a little while. What we're going to do is we're going to season it at the start. Okay, that's quite important. Season it with salt and pepper at the start. That means that all the flavours are going to start coming out at the start. If things are going to get seasoned, it's going to be tasty. That base at the start we're going to use to make our bread is going to be tasty. Okay, so what we're going to do now as well. We've got some fresh bay leaves. Okay, what we're going to do is tear them, and if with anything, if you tear it, you can smell it. Put that in there. 2 or 3 bay leaves of that size pan. We're going to put in maybe 30 peppercorns. Start that off. Yeah, in fact, I'll 6 bay leaves. I love bay leaves. I love the taste of the bay. Salt and pepper. Okay, let's get a spoon 1 second. Start was organised, but I'm obviously not. Okay, we're just going to start moving it around. Not too much. Keep moving it around. Stuff's just going to boil. You're going to let it sit on the oil and it caramelises. Let it cook, then turn it. Okay. So we'll come back in a couple of minutes. Okay, one thing I forgot to mention there, my onions and my carrots and my garlic caramelising nicely. The reason I started off with onions, carrots and garlic is because onions and carrots have the most amount of sugar of any vegetables. Basically, once the water content starts to be taken out from the cooking process, that water then turns into sugar. You're going to get a nice caramelisation, and that's what we want in our dark chicken stock. We want a really nice caramelised base of veg. That's going to give us sweetness. It's going to give us loads of flavour, basically to give the whole of the gravy. Now I'm starting to get some colour on the vegetables, onions. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to add my leeks and my celery. Okay. So everything's in there now. Okay, I'm going to give it a really good mix. Again, that heat, I want about a medium heat. Anything too low, it's just going to boil stuff. It's not going to get any colour on it. Anything too high, it's going to scorch it. So I'm going to make sure on a medium heat. I can still hear it sizzling, which is a good thing. I want to turn it up as high as it's going. It's going now, that's fine. So I'll come back when the vegetables are a bit more caramelised and you can see what stage I want you to cook the vegetables to. Okay, now our bones are roasted, they're about ready. It's only took us about half an hour there. 190. About half an hour, yeah, it's fine. So usually, if you do, well, it depends what bones you've got. Today we're using chicken. If you've got beef bones, great. You can make a beef gravy, you can make a pork gravy, you can make a lamb gravy. It's all the same sort of principle, exactly the same principle we're making today. Today we've got chicken bones, so we're doing chicken. What we'll do, these bones here, they've got quite a bit of fat come out, so what we'll do is put them in here. That's when any fat is going to go down at the bottom. As I say, there's not a lot of flavour in there, that's all just clear fat. We don't want that, we'll get rid of all that. If it was loads of colour on the bottom there, we could deglaze it. So we just put it back on a warm hob, on a low heat, and deglaze it with a bit of either stock or water or red wine. To get all basically all the bits and bobs off there, they're really tasty. In fact, if you look here, it's good for when you're doing this at home. You'll find you're roasting your meat in the oven for Sunday lunch. You'll find you get a lot of this sort of thing on here, just what they're doing. You get all of these juices, and that's all nice chicken juices there. That's stuff you want in your gravy, that's going to make it delicious, okay? So once we've got all the excess fat off the tray, which we just pour out, again we're going to warm it up. We're going to deglaze that with a bit of red wine. So just leave those to, drain off. Yeah, we'll go on to our vegetables next.
There we go.
Yeah, okay, right. We've cooked our vegetables down quite a bit now. All the water content has been taken out. You see all this stuff coming out now, steam, which is water. The vegetables starting to caramelise, and the bottom of the pan there it's starting to catch a little bit. I'm trying to show you. It's not, it looks like it's kind of burnt there, but it's actually not. That's all just flavour, that's all sugars. What we're going to do is we're going to put our red wine in, okay? And on a really hot pan, you're going to get a deglaze all that flavour up there, okay? So I'll put that back on there. This is now the time to throw our bouquet garni in, okay? Put that in at the start, it might burn that, okay? Just want it to kind of bruise and flavour the rest of it. I'm going to throw that in now. Okay. With that sizzle, that means the pan's hot enough, that's good, it's a good thing. All that in there, yeah, the whole lot, full bottle. Again, don't use expensive wine, totally ridiculous. Use the cheap wine, just use rubber, just only going to eat for a gravy. Okay. What I'm going to do, I'm going to start with a spoon. I'm just going to start scraping the bottom of the pan. I'm going to try and get as much of that flavour off the bottom, all that caramelised vegetable juices. I'm going to get as much of that off as I possibly can. I want it to be clean, okay? All that flavour I want to get into my stock. Okay, cool. Are we still filming? No, we're not. Okay, I'm going to reduce that right down to pretty much nothing till it's gone, okay? This time I'm also going to put my tomato puree in at the same time. We're going to cook together, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so for this amount of stock, I'm going to use about 2 tablespoons of tomato puree. That's not needed for flavour, it offers up a colour. Okay, mix that in. They're reduced down again for about another 3 to 5 minutes. Basically, so all the liquid's gone, as much liquid as we can without it burning. Okay, now our wine's reduced. It smells really, really good. It smells delicious. Bouquet Gardy's in there. The red wine's reduced down. I'll just show you that in there. It's got a lovely base. Everything's nice and tasty. And again, the wine's reduced down, so it's just literally, even the tomato puree, it's just a paste. What we're going to do now is we're going to throw our roasted bones in. Pull that stuff out of the way. Okay. Just throw these things in. Okay. Throw our bones in now, top. Okay. Nice them all in. Okay, and after this, we're going to add cold water on top. It's important we use cold water because what it's going to do, it's going to make everything go cold, and any fat in there, any impurities, any scum, is going to come straight to the surface. Yeah, when it comes up to the boil, it's going to take all the impurities out of the bones, any bitterness, and it's going to bring all the fat to the top. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to skim the top of it. We're going to get all that fat off, and all the stuff that's going to make it taste very nice, basically. We'll be basically discard that. So we're going to bring that up to the boil as fast as we can. Put the lid on, bring it up to the boil as fast as we can. Once it comes up to the boil, we'll skim it, we'll take it off, and then we'll let it simmer.